Good evening. We are waiting here to see if we can get it to pull up on my laptop so we can see if we are straight or not. Welcome to Nana's stamping room. And this evening we're going to have my granddaughter, Miss Hadley, show us how to make a card. She's very excited. We just have to try to get this laptop to show us the video so we can see if we're straight. But I can't get it to refresh. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see how straight we are. Let me get it here in the picture on the laptop. And we'll make it big so we can see it really good. We do look pretty straight tonight. Oh, we are pretty straight tonight. So I'm going to move, and I'm going to move this cord. And we'll let Miss Hadley sit down at my chair, and she's going to show you how to make a card tonight using the new stamp set Circle Sayings. So Miss Hadley, go ahead and sit down. You could say hello if you like. She's decided that she's not going to talk in this video, just me. So I'll narrate what she's going to do. So the first thing she's going to do is she's going to take her fresh freesia paper and she's going to fold it in half. And she's looking for her bone folder and her basket of goodies. And she's going to fold it in half on the score line. And she's going to use her bone folder to get a nice straight line so that it lays straight. Very good. Next, she's going to take some of this DSP, which is called Masterfully Made, and she's going to glue it onto her card base. We cut the card base at 5.5 by 4 1/4, and this card front we cut at 5 1/4 by 4. So you just get a little 1/4 of an inch border around. And you don't want too much glue because it'll come squishing out the sides. And then we're just going to center it so we have the same amount of purple showing on all our sides. Sometimes it's easier if you stand up to do this. And when we get it even, then we're going to press down and kind of smooth it out so that it stays stuck. This is a new stamp set, and I got the punch too. It's a bundle in the new catalog. So now we're going to set the card aside. And we're going to get out, we're going to stamp on some basic white paper. And here's what our card's going to look like when it's finished. We forgot to show you that. So it's going to be this new, it's just a little bit behind you. And I was just telling that the video on the laptop is just a little bit behind what's actually happening here. So we're going to make a birthday card. So we already have the words, the celebrate words in a circle on a pad. And we're using photopolymer, so we need to put the foam underneath it to give us a little cushion to make a better stamp. And we're going to stamp that in Berry Burst, one of the new core colors. And we're going to try to not stamp it too close to the sides so that when we punch it out, we don't get a straight line. So you just carefully ink up your stamp. And that looks good. And then you press down. And now you don't want to lift up or you don't want to rock it. You just want to press down and then pick it up. Very good. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be sure and close our stamp pad so we don't get our hands in it by accident. And we're going to put the cupcake now in, and this time we're going to use the pimento ink because we're going to color the cupcake in with our Stamp and Write markers. And so you always want to get the ink on there and then look at your stamp to be sure that it's all covered with the ink. And then we're going to put it in the middle of the circle. And we're going to press down and then lift up. Very good. Then we're going to, again, put the lid on our stamp pad and put it away. And next we're going to wipe off Hadley's hand. She got a little bit of the black ink on her hand. It might not do. Okay. Yeah, it'll come off when we wash our hands because it's water soluble. So now we're going to color the frosting in the Berry Burst. And these are our new markers, and they've kind of the Stamp and Write markers, they've changed the style. Now it's like a bullet tip, and the whole thing has ink on it rather than the old style, which just had ink on the end. So I think these are going to work out much better. And you don't ever want to press too much with your markers and smish the tips, because you like to have that nice tip to get into the little spots. Okay, now we're going to use the Fresh Freesia to color the paper, the cupcake paper. So see, making cards is very simple. You just have to follow the steps. And we practiced making this card first. That's how we got our sample. Tonight we are here because Hadley's brother Mason is graduating from high school, and they had to move it inside because of the rain. So we didn't have enough tickets for everybody to go. So her and I are having a graduation party. Okay, she's got it all colored in now. We're going to use our punch. Show them how to open up the punch. You slide up that button there and it opens it up. And we like to do it backwards so that you can center it right in there. And we want the same amount of white around . I think it has to just move just a little bit like that. Wait. Okay, now. It's a little hard working sideways. Let's see how it turned out, Miss Hadley. Very nice. And so what we're going to do next is close up our... Okay, we got our punch closed up. And now we're going to use some dimensionals to pop it up with. We're going to put 4 dimensionals on the back side of the circle. We're using the small dimensionals, so that's why we're using 4. If we were using the larger ones, we might only use 2 or 3. But this time we're going to use the small ones. Sometimes the paper kind of gets stuck on them. And then when it gets stuck to your finger. We have the dimensionals. They come in large, small, and then we have a black set and a white set. In case you were doing it on darker colors. Now you have to take the back of the papers off. Maybe it's already off. Is it sticky? Just get another one. Okay. Then we're going to stick this into the middle of our card that we have here. That looks good. And voila, we have a birthday card to send to a friend. And it was done very quickly, and it's a great job. It's a beautiful card. And she's going to put on some butterflies around just to decorate it some more. So we have the butterfly punch. And she's going to need the dimensionals back. Oh, you got them. Okay. Yep, and she's going to put it wherever she likes on her card. Right there on the side. A beautiful butterfly floating around in the flowers. And always when you're putting embellishments on, like the butterflies, you want to put 3 or an odd number. That's what they always say. You want an odd number of embellishments. So we're going to put 3 butterflies. Okay, one more. These dimensionals are great for when you just want to put a little height or something to have a piece of your card stick out more than the other. And then she's going to use some, the gem ones. Some gems on here. Huh? Okay, can you just pick them off and they should be sticky on the back? 3. We always put 3. These are not Stampin' Up! Gems. These are some gems I got from, no, this one has sticky on the back. From a friend as a gift, so we're going to use them just to add a little bling to our card. They're kind of hard to get off because they're like in a whole line of sticky tape. And we might as well just add some Winkostella as we're working on here. This is Winkostella, Hadley. You just, I'm going to shake it up real good. And then you just paint it on the butterflies and it'll just make them a little shiny. So, on the butterflies, all over the butterflies. It doesn't add a lot, and it's sometimes hard to see on the camera, but it just gives you a little bit of glimmer. Okay, that's pretty good. Here, let me press it again for you because it looks like it's getting a little dry. There's this side on the, there's this place on the side where it says push, which helps push some more of it down. Okay. That's good. You can't see it very well, Hadley, unless you hold it up in the light. Need a little more. This one's kind of running out a little. I have to get out my new one. Okay. That just adds a little bling to it. We'll put the lid back on. Okay, so I think we're done for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And we hope you have a good evening. And now we're going to go watch Mason walk across the stage on the big TV in the living room while we have some of our snacks. And here's our card. Thanks for watching. Bye.